Hello, Mini Freaks! My name is DJ, and this is my world in miniature. That was probably a nostalgia hit for a couple of you. But today we're going to be painting this temple dragon here that I got from Reaper. He's going to be painted in a cell shaded style, and I'll go into that a little later during one of the time lapses. But just know that he's going to have a lot of black lines on him that you normally wouldn't see on a mini, because we're going to be differentiating between colors with a black line like you'd see in animation, and that's going to give them kind of an anime look. The color scheme is also going to be very Dragon Ball Z. If you guys have ever seen Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super or Daima, you'll probably recognize the colors. But first, we got to get this guy primed. Alright, so the eagle-eyed among you may have noticed that there is some yellowish stuff on him just before I primed him. That stuff's called milliput, and it's used to fill in cracks after you've put the mini together. Sometimes the pieces don't fit right. Sometimes there's a miscast or something like that, so you need to fix him up a little bit before priming him. So that's what I did here, and as you can see, once he's primed, you guys who didn't even notice that it was there probably can't even tell where it was or whatever, and that's a little bit of practice doing it so that you can blend it properly, and just a little bit of knowing how much and how little to use. So now that he's primed, though, we can actually get to the base coat. And here I go. While we're watching me do this, I'm going to put the inspiration photos I have, the reference photos I have for the Eternal Dragon on the side here. And as you can see, he's really green, and he's got some yellows or tans for his belly, obviously red for his mouth, brown for his horns, and this guy doesn't have horns, but we'll creatively interpret some of the stuff on him to be horns. You'll see as we get farther along. But I also wanted to spend this time to tell you that this video in particular is going to be a little bit on the wonky side, I think. I don't know how to pronounce it because I'm not done editing it yet. I'm doing all these voiceovers live. But as you can see, I'm in a different spot than I usually am. I have moved all my hobby equipment and my YouTube stuff, so you could call it a studio if you want to be fancy, but it's just a bedroom that I wasn't using. But I moved everything in here along with my editing computer and a bunch of other stuff. And I blew my back out while I was doing it because I live alone and I did it by myself. And at the beginning of the move, I felt my back hurt, but it was after I had moved so much stuff around already that I needed to finish it no matter what. And so I I finished anyways, and that's a bad thing. Don't do that, kids. Okay, if your back hurts, like fix it before you start moving other stuff. But I'm sitting in this chair about 3 weeks after I moved in, and my back still hurts. And so a lot of the stuff I did off camera just because it was more comfortable. Or I spent a lot of time at Paint Club. I always go there twice a week, but I took this guy with me to get him done because I wanted to get him done for the video and for the benchmark, and to put him up against Bob. And so I went there. So you're going to see some jumps in progress, and it's because I went to Paint Club and progressed at Paint Club. And I don't film at Paint Club because that's not what Paint Club's about. Paint Club is about getting together with other painters and swapping ideas and tips and tricks and stuff. And I don't want to pull out a camera and start filming people who don't want to be filmed or anything like that. So I don't do it while I'm there. But that's why you'll see some jump cuts, and that's why you'll see me getting some progress done off camera. And I know that that's such a Minecraft YouTuber thing to say, look, well, I did some digging off camera. But, like, seriously, this isn't the most comfortable way to paint, even in the best of times, trying to get it on camera. So if I wanted to get them done with any kind of speed and at all good, then I needed to do it off camera.
Surroundings. Goku is regaining consciousness after the explosion of Pilaf's fortress, having been narrowly saved by his faithful flying Nimbus.
Yes, that was me watching Dragon Ball while painting the Eternal Dragon. We go all in here on MWIM. So here I am preparing a wash to put over the orange wings. It's going to give a little more depth to the wing, and this is what I meant when I said I was going to do a little bit of a hybrid. We're doing very minimal shading, very minimal highlighting on him. We're going to let the black lines do a lot of the work in getting the colors differentiated. But what we're going to do is we're going to put a darker color wash like you see here, which is just mineral spirits in the paint. And we're going to cover the whole wing, or this whole panel. So I'm doing this as a demonstration kind of, so I can do it without the camera on later. All right, so once I'm done with putting the wash on, I let it sit for a little bit, and then I dip a toothpick in the mineral spirits, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wipe the high spots of the mini. But yeah, I'm just hitting the high spots on the wing, so I'm going back to the normal orange color on the top, and then it's just going to kind of fade very subtly into the darker orange in the ridges on the wing. So it's not going to be anything huge. It's not going to be anything, obviously, that takes a lot of time or effort because you're just wiping some stuff off. But it does give a good look to the wing. And you'll see here, I'll put it up to the camera here in a second, and you'll be able to see the difference between the two. Yeah, you see how it's just a little bit more depth in that one that we put the wash on. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to do that all over all the wings and all over the whole thing, actually. That's how we're going to do it.
It's the intermission! Can you name this movie in the comments from just this sound alone?
What is your name? You. Corbin? Good. That whole thing's your name, huh? Do you have a shorter name? Not you. Sure.
Lilu.
Corbin. Lilu. Corbin.
Excelente suposición. Stay tuned to the end of the video to find out if you're right.
Before we get back to the Eternal Dragon, I just want to say that right there is one of my all-time favorite movies. And if you guys have been watching the channel for a little while, you know that that is where I got my dog's name from. Her name is Lilu. It's from that movie. I just thought interesting DJ lore, I guess. Also, I wanted to say something about the length of this video. This video is about half the length of normal videos that I do, and it's because I've been in a lot of pain, literally, while I'm doing this voiceover, while I was editing the video, while I was painting the dragon. Like, throwing your back out is not something to shake a stick at, or whatever you want to say. It was just really hard for me to get the normal amount of oomph and, I guess, creative juices flowing for the actual editing of this video. So I apologize right now for it, because we don't have much more to do before the actual reveal of what the dragon looks like. So, but yeah, enjoy the rest of the video. All right, so here's the wing done with the base coat, a dark wash, and then the wiping off, and then a really light dusting of a lighter orange on top. As you can see, I'm always paying attention to where the light is and how it's going to fall over the wing. But this is what it looks like. All right, so the next thing I did is I took this dragon black, fittingly, because we're painting a dragon. You guys get it? Yeah. Okay, anyway, we take this dragon black, and we're going to line where all the colors meet. So when there's a change in color, we're going to line. We're also going to put some lines in to show motion or to show angle, because in animation, usually you don't get a 3D surface. Well, I mean, you never get in a 3D surface in 2D animation. And so you have to draw a line to kind of show that. And so over his wings, I have to draw some lines so it would look like that right there, where you can see the motion of the striations in the wing. And so that's what we're doing there. And I went ahead and finished this wing so I could show you guys just the whole process and how it works. Now, what I'm doing is I'm actually taking some of that milliput that I was talking about earlier, and I'm going to do a custom like grass on the bottom. I want him to look like he's on Namek. It took me a while, that I finally figured out that he's not sitting on a rock, because I thought it was a rock. He's actually sitting on a statue that's been toppled over and broken in half. And so later, after I'm done putting the milliput on, you'll see that I paint the rock to look like a painted statue for a Namekian. So it's white, red, and purple, like Piccolo, and green for his toesies, so he looks like a Namekian. But yeah, it took me a while to get all the milliput on right, but yeah, this is me putting the milliput on, and then I decided at this point that I wanted to make a kind of an interactive thing for you guys and for anybody who looks at it. I went ahead and made 7 Dragon Balls, these little tiny balls. I hid them around the entire mini, and hopefully in the reveal shot, you might be able to find all 7. Well, I know you can find all 7 of them. I made sure that you could find all 7 of them. You can tell me if you could find them in the comments down below. It's really fun. I'm going to take it to Paint Club tomorrow, actually, in real time while I'm recording this. I want to see if other people can find them in person, like on hand. So I think it's really cool. It's something really fun, really unique, and so that's what I did. All right, so here I am painting the statue on the model. Here's a picture of Piccolo. If you can't remember what he looks like, you see the purple, the white. You have blue slash here on this picture, which I'm just now noticing, but he changes from blue to red. I think there's an orange sash at one point that he wears. So, yeah. But, yeah, this is what he looks like. So I'm just going to follow kind of basics of what it is. So it's going to be a white robe with a red piece of robe. I'm not sure what it is. I just wanted to put red in there somewhere. And then purple for underneath the robe, like his pants. The statue actually is barefoot, so I don't need to put the orange shoes. I just need to put the green skin. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing here. All right, so here's what he looks like. Pretty much all done except for the black lining. As you can see, I painted the grass blue like on Namek, and you can also see that I did a gray wash on the statue, so it looks kind of worn and weathered down. I've also done these Dragon Balls right here. There's all 7 of them, and then I go through later. You won't see it, but I put little dots on them for each one, and here I am actually doing the lining. This is real time, how fast it is to line this stuff. So it took a little while to get them all done, but after that I called it a wrap.
Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
All right, so here's Bob and the Eternal Dragon together. Which one do you guys like better? Do you think I've gotten better over the last couple of months, or not? I'm not sure yet. They're 2 different styles, you know.
Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee?
Well, that's going to do it for me this video. Thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart for watching till the end. I apologize again for the 3rd time that this is a shorter video, but hopefully next video will be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. I've got a big project coming up. I'm not sure if I'm going to start it this week or next week, but I'll definitely let you know when I do. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and peace!